like those calling themselves Muslims, could recant their place in white man's society if still other groups and individuals, Black Panthers, the Black Hand, openly advocated taking up arms against that society, what remnants obtained of any agreement, or finally of society itself? The man who cut your yard Monday noon and shuffled feet when he came for his pay might come after your possessions and station, your livelihood, your very life, Tuesday night. Made you think of the city under Spanish rule circa 1794, when Governor Carondelet, perched on the edge of a chair the French Revolution was busily pulling out from under European complacencies, mindful how quickly this sort of thing might spread, encircled the city with walls and forts not to turn away attackers, but to help contain, he thought, its own French citizens. Floors and makeshift shelves at Terence Gully's Camp Street apartment were stacked with literature, pamphlets, flyers, tracts, hand-lettered posters. Over and over on the plasterboard walls, Gully had scrawled peace signs, swastikas, and slogans. Kill them all. Black is right. Hate white people. Beasts of the earth. The King's Inn shootings were one parochial incident all but lost among 100 others in those years of mounting violence. The first Kennedy had already gone down. The Watts riots were just around the corner. Memphis was waiting for Martin Luther King, L.A. for Robert Kennedy, a lectern in the Audubon Ballroom, Harlem, for Malcolm X. A month or so before, 15 black men and women in Sunday best had staged a sit-in at City Hall's basement cafeteria, where blacks weren't served, and were dragged away by police. 3 civil rights workers would be killed up in Mississippi just months later. Looking back now, 1968 seems pretty much the hub year, a fulcrum. During the Summer Olympics in Mexico City, 2 American athletes were suspended for giving a Black Power salute. The Tet Offensive also started up that year, along with bloody racial riots on the unreported back lots of Vietnam. Not that I was much up on current events at the time. I had my hands full just getting to know my new home, how to get around in New Orleans, how to slide through the days here, how to clip off enough to survive, how to get by. When you're young, history is not worth much. When you get older, whether you consider it baggage or burden, history is a large part of what you have. So a lot of this I learned or relearned later on. Mostly what you lose with time, in memory, is the specificity of things, their exact sequence. It all runs together, becomes a watery soup. Portmanteau days, imploded years. Like a bad actor, memory always goes for effect, abjuring motivation, consistency, good sense. So I couldn't have told you then, even with a knife at my throat, were you, for instance, some singular historical mugger intent upon relieving passers-by of their lives' spare change, what year Vietnam got underway, when either Kennedy went down, what the Watts riots were really about. Now I know. But even then there were things you couldn't help knowing. You turn on the radio while shaving and between songs hear about men whose faces had been torn off. Drop by Alton's barber shop. He'd snap the cloth around in front of you, and just for a minute, as both your eyes went to his big black and white set on a shelf above the cash register, the weight of the world would settle on you. The sky would fall. You'd feel your feet sink a little deeper into the ground. And in New Orleans those days you couldn't get away from talk of the sniper. Wherever you went, whoever was talking, that was the subject. Like weather, it was everywhere. Then someone stopped talking about it and started doing something. Monday morning, mid-November. A young man walking along Poydras on his way between the parking space he rented by the month and his job at Whitney National fell as he started across Baronne and lay dying against the curb. He was wearing a suit. He was white, and he had been shot once through the chest. Police sealed off and searched the area to no avail. Wednesday, again downtown, on Carondelet, a block from Canal, another fell, an off-duty bus driver. Bystanders this time reported hearing shots spaced perhaps 6 seconds apart. Investigators counted it out for them, to be sure, and said that the shots came from high up, a roof, perhaps, or one of the upper windows.